Hi everyone, this is Eric Legorreta from MexiGO and Tequila Sunrise Real Estate Mexico. On this video I want to explain a little bit more about the Southgate project. Well, a lot of you have asked me how this Southgate project is going to work. Again, some people have asked me if this is going to be like a bubble of an expat bubble inside of a gated community on the south of Guadalajara. Well, no, that's not the idea. Actually, the idea is to bring you more options than just one gated community on the south. So we have ranges of prices going from, if you want to buy a house, maybe from less than $100,000 US and all the way to, I don't know, 1 or 2 million US. Because that is the whole variety that we have here in the south. Like I mentioned in the previous video, Guadalajara is right in the middle, and we have Zapopan, Tonalá, Tlaquepaque, and Tlajomulco all around. And on the south, we have Zapopan, Tlaquepaque, and Tlajomulco gather up on this just large avenue that is the exit towards Colima, but you can get to Ajijic in 45 minutes from, let's say, the Costco all the way to Ajijic. It could take 45 minutes if you're going through the Macro Libramiento, or if you're going through Jocotepec, or if you're going through Tlajomulco. There are 3 roads to get from that south area. And if you are in, let's say, Bugambilias, you can go through the Periférico and then to the Carretera to Chapala, going through the airport. So you have many options to get around and maybe come back to Ajijic once in a while and mingle and socialize with your friends that decide to stay in Ajijic. So the Southgate area will be from Bugambilias and all the way to Casa Fuerte. That's what we will call Southgate. Actually, there's an association of homeowners here in the south called Puerta Sur, and that translates to South Door, so hence the name Southgate. Because, you know, South Door really doesn't sound as cool as gate. But anyways, the thing is that we have all of those gated communities here in this part, from the very rich like Bugambilias, Palomar, El Cielo, Club de Golf Santa Anita, middle class like Manantial, Provenza, La Rioja, lower middle class like Cortijo, San Agustin, or Altea, Altara. And then we have real inexpensive places that are not located inside of a gated community, but inside of small towns that are surrounding this area, like San Agustin or Santa Anita, where you can actually live in a little small town like in Ajijic. It has cobblestone, it has traditional Mexican houses, and still you got a lot of Mexican traditions going on. So just be aware that they love their cohetes at their religious celebrations. So, but if you don't like cohetes, right, there are several places also not inside a gated community on this area where you can live and you don't get to hear the cohetes. But they're more like city-like, not like, it doesn't have the feel of a small Mexican town, but more like the outskirts of a city. So you get prices that could range from, let's say if you want to buy a house, from $100,000 US and all the way to probably 2 or 3 million US, depending on the size of the land and depending on the size of the house and the location of the house, right? But let's say you want to live really cheap, right? If you want to either rent a house or buy a house inside of a gated community that is very near the exit towards Ajijic, and also within less than 20 minutes to, let's say, Walmart or Costco or the Puerta de Hierro Hospital. I would suggest Altea and Altara. Those two are gated communities with houses that start at less than 100,000 US dollars. They have their own private park, private security. You have to pay a maintenance like less than 500 pesos per month. And some of those communities also have their own clubhouse and pool. So there's a lot to offer in a place that doesn't cost much, but also you do need a car, or you can move around in Uber if you want to, but you would need it if you want to move around and go shopping, right? But let's say you have a little more budget and you don't want to drive much. I would suggest living in La Rioja. La Rioja is in Lopez Mateos. It is again a gated community. It has its own clubhouse, a pool, sauna, gym, tennis court, and it's right next to the golf course in Santa Anita. And you can find houses if you want to buy them for probably less than 280,000 US dollars, and all the way to maybe 320, 310. There's also a building that they have there called Hispania with apartments. They also have their own pool on level 5 and a gym. And the prices start at a little over 150,000 US dollars. So, and also you can walk. There's a lot of walking paths. There's a lot of parks. You can walk towards the urban center, which is just outside of La Rioja. It's a neighboring to La Rioja. So you can go outside and you have Fresco, which is like a Whole Foods in the United States. Not quite, but similar, more or less. So you have a lot of imported goods, you have prepared food, you have a bakery right there, ice cream, gelato, coffee shop. The wine selection is very, very good. They make fresh tortillas right there. Their fish section is amazing, so you can find lobster, shrimp, octopus, whatever you want, you will find it there. And right there in that little convenience shopping mall, you have another gym with a larger pool, you have movie theaters, you have Italianis, a restaurant, you have Sushi Roll, you have Sonora's Grill, there's a beauty parlor, there's a barber shop, Office Max, Petco. If you have grandkids visiting you, there's Chuck E. Cheese. So you see, there's a lot of things right there, so you can just walk around. Oh, and next to Urban Center, it's the shopping mall called La Rioja. And inside of the La Rioja shopping mall, you will find a piano bar, an amazing taco place called Los Provi. There's also like 3 more restaurants, a wine shop, a grocery store that sells organic food and produce. I mean, there's another gym right there. I mean, there's a lot of things going on just in La Rioja, so it's very convenient. You would be inside of a gated community. You would have everything within walking distance. And if you want to catch an Uber and you want to go to Costco, it's just like 10 minutes away from it. So, and also remember, they're building 2 larger shopping malls. One is going to be called Punto Sur, and the other one's going to be Galeria Santa Anita. And if you have the budget and you want to live with the beautiful panoramic view, you can go to Bugambilias. There you can find houses above the 300,000 US dollars and all the way to 2 million. Just depends on what, like I said, what you want. But there are some really nice places with a great view at an affordable price. And right there, also, if you pick either the lower part or the upper part, within walking distance, you could have a shopping mall. On the lower part, there's Plaza Bugambilias with a Soriana and a lot of stores and restaurants and banks. And on the top part of the hill, you have another shopping mall that has a lot of restaurants. It has like 5 restaurants, bowling alley, what else? A spa. If you have kids or you have grandkids visiting, they have a little theme park on the roof of that shopping mall. There's a Farmacia Guadalajara. So again, there's a lot of convenient things within walking distance. And if you want to go, again, to the Costco or to the movie theaters in Urban Center or the movie theaters in La Gourmeteria, it is 20 minutes ride in an Uber, or if you have a car, you can drive yourself. So again, the idea is to give you options, all right? It's not just trying to get you to buy something. That's not what we want to do, all right? Let's get that really clear from here. Of course, this is a business, and we wanna make this business grow. But ever since I was able to get to know the expat community and see the needs and the wants of various people from all ages, because I've met expats that live here in Guadalajara or in Ajijic that are below 40 years old, and I've met clients that are above 85 and some were 90. So I see and I understand that Ajijic is a very attractive place, but also the hype of the place, the hype of just Ajijic, because remember, the lake is huge and there's a lot of land around it and there's a lot of houses for sale around it, but everybody wants to live in Ajijic, as close as possible in Ajijic. Why? Because of the community, the safety in numbers. I understand that, but it's becoming quite expensive for some people to live there. Why do I know? Because I have clients that are just barely getting by. So when they want to go to Guadalajara for, let's say, one of our tours to La Casita or to City Market, I know it takes a toll to their budget. So if I could help you guys find a place where you can find a cheaper option or solution, where you can live within the distance of all the hospitals, the medical services, the shopping malls, the grocery stores, the movie theaters, the art supplies, the crafts supplies, everything within a 30 minutes distance or a 30-minute drive or in walking distance, but still building a community of expats on this area and help you create an actual social club where you can meet or just organize. You might not need a facility just like the LCS. I mean, we could arrange meetings and luncheons and dinners and whatever within all the restaurants here in this area. There's literally hundreds of restaurants here in this area. So you got Mexican, you have Italian, you get sushi, you got Chinese, you got Korean, you got traditional Mexican dishes, small cenadurias, you got tortas ahogadas, you got tacos de barbacoa, you got birria, there pozole. If you want to go to the little towns like I mentioned in San Agustin or Santa Anita, you get that authentic small town Mexican flavors. And if you want to go to the market, there's some markets, there's some tianguis in here, right? So the idea, like I said, is to give you options and find the one that suits you better. And in the process we can get more than one person, more than one house, maybe have 4 or 5 expats living in one area, and then more of 5 or 6 in another, and then 2 or 3 in another on this South Gate area, then we can create that community and still make you feel safe in the numbers. And also one great point to Guadalajara in its favor is that a lot of people here actually speak English. You've seen that in Ajijic. A lot of people are starting to learn the language. Why? Because it's a need, because you guys are there and you are their market. But here in Guadalajara, everyone below, let's say 30, will speak a decent English. You know, it will speak decently and will understand you and will be able to communicate with you. So that's the great thing about living in a city, that it's bilingual and has been bilingual for many years. So I could go on and make this video very long, which I really don't want to do that, but you can send me your questions. All right, send me your questions. You can send it through the YouTube channel. You can send it through our Facebook pages, MexiGO and Tequila Sunrise. I'm gonna leave the link of those two pages on the description of this video. You can write me an email. You can send me a WhatsApp message. You can do it in whichever way you feel comfortable with, but send me any questions that you might have about living here. Could be costs, could be areas, you could be special needs that you have. Whatever you want to ask me, please send it to me. I will try to answer it, but not just you. I want to use all your questions to make more videos like this and share those questions with the rest along with the answer. All right, so thank you so much for listening. I promise I will try to make more elaborate videos in the future with more information about each one of the communities here on the South Gate. But I'm also gonna be making these kind of videos with like a podcast style, so you can just listen to them, so you don't have to actually watch them. I'm gonna, like right now, just have information, contact information, or maybe some change an image here and there. But I want to make this as easy and fast as possible, so we can help you get your Tequila Sunrise dream here in Guadalajara. Also, remember, we have options in other parts of Mexico, like in Nueva Vallarta, Puerto Vallarta, Manzanillo, Colima, Mazatlán, Querétaro, San Miguel de Allende, Guanajuato, Zacatecas, Cancun, Mexico City, and Toluca. So I will be posting more information about all those developers and projects and houses on the Tequila Sunrise Facebook page. So remember to like that page, remember to subscribe to this channel, and click on the little bell so you will get a notification whenever we post a video. Thank you so much and see you later. Bye.